내 핸드폰이나 지갑처럼 없으면 불안한 그런 것들 있잖아.
생각나.
핸드폰이나
Yeah. What's up, HighFlyGang? It's your boy Birdie here. Back again with another reaction. Hey guys, we are checking another one by BTS. Only this time it's not a song. You told me to do some reaction, some documentaries of BTS, so I can get to know them a little bit better, you know. And I thought, why not? You suggested me a couple of recommendations, and I chose this one because some of you DM'd me, tell me this is the introduction, the part one. So I'm gonna start off with this one. Before we proceed, if you want to support the channel, check the description box down below. Also, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell, man. Let's go. Let's see a little bit. I want to learn a little bit more about BTS, you know. So in that way, I could maybe appreciate and understand more their music too. So I did a couple of reactions to some of their songs, but still I don't know much about them as a band. So let's see.
How many of you have heard of BTS?
Who is BTS?
I've heard of them like a couple months ago, maybe for the first time in my life. And that maybe sounds fucking crazy because I heard they're the biggest boy band on this whole planet. So with that being said, it is fucking crazy that I heard for the first time that recently.
Have heard of BTS?
I did.
Who is BTS and why are they so popular?
That's
BTS is a 7-member group from South Korea. While the words boy band are often associated with the image of screaming teen girls, that is far from reality. Associated with the image of screaming teen girls.
Yeah, that was my first instantly thoughts. First time hearing them, like teen, already fan base, teen girls screaming.
That is far from reality. First, there's nothing wrong with being a young person showing love for something you enjoy. But what if I told you about 24% are in their 20s, 28% are in their 30s, and 21% are in their 40s?
Let me see. The biggest percent is 30 plus. I would never thought of it that way. There are 40 plus and 50 plus people who are listening to BTS.
Take a
Damn,
closer look at this age and gender demographic for BTS's 2020 Map of the Soul ticket sales.
Web traffic for 2020 Map of the Soul tour tickets. Female, male. Ah, so there's definitely more female. That makes sense.
Females ages 25 and up made 46% of web traffic, and 31% were males. BTS's fans, named ARMY, will often tell you BTS is
I know
not your
that.
typical boy band. And why? To get a better understanding, let us go back to the beginning. BTS was created by Big Hit Entertainment, whose mission statement is music and artist for healing. The
Where are they
company,
from? I
and
never heard
namely
for
their
that
CEO,
company.
Bang Si-hyuk, wanted BTS to be sincere and genuine figures that people could easily relate to and grow with. Not immaculate idols groomed amid studio culture, but real boys who shared their authentic personalities and talents with the world. Which is why BTS stands for 방탄소년단, Korean for Bulletproof Boy Scouts. 방탄소년단, Korean for Bulletproof Boy Scouts.
Bulletproof Boy Scouts. That sounds interesting.
방탄 meaning to be resistant to bullets, so it means to
Yeah.
block out stereotypes, criticism, be resistant to bullets,
Okay,
or
okay,
Bulletproof Boy Scouts. 방탄 meaning to be resistant to bullets, so it means to block out stereotypes, criticisms and expectations that are aimed at adolescents like bullets.
Interesting way to think of it. I like how they did that. Bulletproof. Bulletproof. Because to block out the stereotypes, criticisms, and expectations that are aimed at adolescents, like bullets.
Criticisms and expectations
Nice one.
that are aimed at adolescents like bullets, to preserve the value and ideals of today's adolescents. In 2017, BTS rebranded their name and logo representing their growth and maturity, extending the meaning to beyond the scene. The new door-inspired logo symbolizes youth who don't settle for their current reality and instead open the door and go forward to achieve growth. BTS debuted on instead open the door and is using to.
They're so deep with this, and I heard for this one Beyond the Scene, but I never thought there is something more deeper than just the title in itself.
Beyond the scene. The new door-inspired logo symbolizes youth who don't settle for their current reality and instead open the door and go forward to achieve growth.
This is some motivation.
BTS debuted on June 12, 2013 with 7 members: RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. All 7 members came from different parts of Korea. All 7 members came from different parts of Korea.
Shit. I thought they were like all from the same city, so they're saying every member is from different parts of Korea.
At first, living together in a small apartment was a challenge. Their CEO, Bang Si-hyuk, created a method for the boys whenever they got into an argument.
일단 싸워도 된다. 싸움을 두려워하기 때문에 우리 갈등이 커지는 거다라고 가리키고요. 그 다음에 마지막으로는 단 해결은 7이 같이 하는 거다. 싸움은 둘이 해도 해결은 7명이 같이 해라. 하기 너무 창피한 걸로 싸움은 둘이 해도.
Of course, conflict must be resolved. Although maybe out of the 7 members, the 2 guys are just fighting, it's affecting the rest of the group. Yeah, so they all together have to resolve that conflict. That's
해결은 7명이 같이 해라. 하기 너무 창피한 걸로 싸움을 해도 결국은 같이 와서 저희가 이런 문제를 갖고 둘이 싸웠는데 이렇게 해서 이렇게 해결했습니다라고 얘기를 하고, 그런 부분들이 이 팀의 친화력을 혹은 시너지를 강하게 만들고 있지 않나 이렇게 생각됩니다.
Over the years, the boys have come to love each other despite their difference in personalities, to the point where they'd feel incomplete with one member missing. They became each other's strength and support and formed a brotherhood.
그러니까 내 머릿속에는 옆에 member들이 있어야 뭔가 자연스러운, 그러니까 뭔가 내 핸드폰이나 지갑처럼 없으면 불안한 그런 것들 있잖아. 생각나. 핸드폰이나
yeah. Nice comparing. Nice comparing how to describe how he feels if he was without them, like my wallet or my cell phone. Have you in today's society? We with our cell phones are nothing. Going crazy. I would go crazy if I had my phone for like one day. I would freak out. That's true.
지갑처럼 없으면 불안한 그런 것들 있잖아. 생각나.
그죠. 소중하다 못해 없으면 안 될 사람들이긴 하죠. 왜냐면은 없으면 안 될
있잖아. 생각나.
그죠. 소중하다 못해 없으면 안 될 사람들이긴 하죠. 왜냐면은 넘어져도 저 혼자 일어나는 게 아니라 그냥 같이 일어난 거니까.
좀 생각을 해보면 이런 7명이 어떻게 모였을까라는 생각이 들어요. 이제는. 네. 오래 지냈다고 해서 모였을까라는.
I just run sometimes because I'm trying to like read it slowly, the translation, and to observe it.
생각이 들어요. 이제는. 네. 오래 지냈다고 해서 될 문제는 아니에요. 어떻게 보면은 운명인 것 같아요. 네.
Yes, you were.
되게 유치하지만 그냥 운명이었던 거예요. 이건. 네.
Their climb to the top may seem sudden
You see, when they are today, it was meant to be.
to those who didn't follow their journey, but it was far from a walk in the park. BTS's company, Big Hit Entertainment, started off small and faced numerous hardships, even coming close to bankruptcy.
You gotta be kidding me. Big Hit reported its current net worth is 61.2 billion, 57 million US dollars. Far cry. And the company nearly went bankrupt before hitting success with the ballot groups. Whoa, damn,
Since
man.
Big Hit wasn't a large company at that time, they lacked the resources for promoting BTS. Even getting the chance to debut was a fluke. Their debut performance opportunity came about because a music show needed a filler for someone else's spot. Even
Yeah.
after they debuted, the show was a fluke. Their debut performance BTS. Even getting the chance to debut was a fluke.
Fluke. So they did
Their
good.
debut performance opportunity came about because a music show needed a filler.
Oh, so it was a fluke. It didn't do too well, but still they performed because they need a filler. They need to fill the empty spots. So the empty space that they had was for them to jump in to perform.
For someone else's spot.
Yeah.
Even after they debuted, their performances would often get cut. And if they did make it on
Why?
air, their screen time was very short since Big Hit didn't have the power or influence bigger companies had over broadcasts.
Yeah.
Since they were often not invited to a lot of big variety shows, the company found their own way to communicate with their audience through platforms such as YouTube. By
Of course.
vlogging their journey, they allowed us to discover their personalities. They also created their own variety shows and often live streamed with fans. They honed their crafts for hours on end, practicing in the dance studio and producing music, returning home at dawn to all sleep in one bedroom.
So basically, they saw what time it is, and that's gonna come just in itself. They gotta work hard. So basically, they were getting their hands on everything they can get to it, from YouTube, from live streaming with fans, for practicing hours and hours, the dancing, basically doing everything, grinding to get to the top. Promoting everywhere where they can get their hands on.
2 years of hard work and not knowing where they'd end up, they finally won their first music show award.
Yeah.
Yet, as they grew in popularity, they were falsely accused of sajegi, which is when a company buys their own artist albums to boost sales for the charts. That's because people couldn't believe a group from a small company was selling well. Ignoring because by their own popularity, they were falsely accused of sajegi. Yet, as they grew in popularity, they were falsely accused of sajegi, which is when a company buys their own artist albums to boost sales for the charts. That's because people couldn't believe a group from a small company was selling well, ignoring the fact that a small company wouldn't have the resources to pull off such a scam. These were just a few of their hardships and struggles. I created a separate video highlighting their past hardships. I'll link that in
Oh, there is that too. I gotta
my
watch
description box. Throughout the years, BTS were able to reach impressive milestones while continuing to sing in Korean. They shattered cultural language barriers with music and attracted an international audience. They grew organically by staying true to themselves while building a genuine connection with their fans from around the world. During an era where streaming numbers have gone up and traditional album sales have gone down, BTS has become an industry anomaly. Their latest album, Map of the Soul 7, released February 21, 2020, is the best-selling physical album of the year, and they sold over 500,000 copies in just the United States alone.
Dude, considering the fact this is the new era, the albums were sold good like 10 years ago when there was no, like, when YouTube was just a new thing. There was not a lot of platforms you can buy online, but just to go to store to buy album. At that time, At that time, selling 500,000 albums was a huge deal. But now, when you have Spotify, iTunes, a lot of platforms, and nobody really buys music, going to a store and buy an album because you can just download it for free, taking that fact, and they still sold 500,000 in US, and they are from South Korea. It's a fucking huge success, dude. It's like a gold
The biggest
album.
kicker? Well, BTS did this without a single bundle. And what does bundle mean?
I don't know.
Artists would bundle merchandise or concert tickets with the album's sales. For example, a copy of an artist's album, digital or physical, would be included in every t-shirt sale or ticket sold for their concert. These sales would count towards charting numbers and become an industry-wide tactic in the US to help boost sales figures and in effect climb up the Billboard charts. In a 2019 New York Times article, they said about half the 39 titles that topped the charts last year were sold as part of ticket or merchandise bundles. Without the help of bundles and driven by the power of armies alone, BTS were able to beat a lot of historic records, such as Michael Jackson's 36-year record and the Beatles' 22-year record.
You gotta be kidding me. The Beatles, the 2-year record, as fastest group with the most #1 albums. Adele's 5-year record with the most #1s on iTunes. Michael Jackson's 36-year record as first foreigner artist, which they're not from USA, they're foreign artists, to top #1. Celine Dion's 24-year record with 1 million pre-orders in Japan.
While these musical acts are famous
I do not think of that. It hurts me. Those numbers hurts my
around
head.
the
I can't
world,
think of that shit.
Suga has said it's a great honor to be called the Beatles of the 21st century.
Oh,
At the same time, it's a bit pressuring to be called that. We are BTS. We want to be the BTS of the
yeah,
21st.
of course. Yeah, of course. But that was gonna new generation, upcoming boy bands, rappers, any other artists. They're always gonna be compared to someone. Like, whenever comes up a new white rapper, they always compare him to Eminem, you know, and they're always gonna be compared to him. That's how it is. The situation with that. They're gonna call you the Beatles of the 21st century because of your success. They're not gonna say you're BTS of the 21st century. They're gonna find some old school, huge group, biggest group of all time, and they're gonna compare you to them.
Century. The members themselves have always been involved in their music and engaged with their fans, even before they officially debuted. From their debut album, Too Cool for School, in 2013 to their most recent Map of the Soul 7, all 7 members have contributed as either writers and or producers on every album. All of BTS are associated recent Map of the Soul 7. All 7 members have contributed as either writers and or producers on every album.
Okay. So basically they are all writing from the band. They're all writing their song and producing most
All
of it.
of BTS are associate members of the Korea Music Copyright Association. And as of August 2020, J-Hope, Suga, and RM were all promoted to full members of the association. They even create music that's released for free on SoundCloud as gifts to their fans. Much of their work is for free on association. They even create music that's released for free on SoundCloud as gifts to their fans. Much of their work touches on subjects like mental health, youth and female empowerment, child abuse, cyberbullying, self-love and development, and socio-economic injustices. Much of their work is also inspired by past writers and thinkers. Their latest series, Map of the Soul, incorporates psychological concepts by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. BTS is not concepts by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. BTS is not afraid to use their platform to amplify underrepresented voices and issues. taking numerous risks with their career while receiving backlash from people in power.
Yeah.
BTS are also as charitable as they are talented. Throughout the years, members have been donating individually and as a group. BTS rarely members have been as charitable as they are talented. Throughout the years, members have been donating individually and as a group.
Yeah, if they're charitable as they're talented, they must be giving to charity a lot then. Hearing that one, that tells me you gotta donate a lot.
BTS rarely publicize donations, so fans often find out about them if media organizations uncover the details. One of BTS's few public announcements was in November 2017 for their Love Myself campaign. They partnered with UNICEF to create a campaign aimed at protecting children and teenagers from around the world, with the hope of making the world a better place through music. BTS and their company, Big Hit Entertainment, pledged 500 million Korean won and donated 3% of the income from the sales of physical albums of the Love Yourself. Big Hit Entertainment pledged 500 million Korean won.
400 million US dollars.
And donated 3% of the income from the sales of physical albums of the Love Yourself series,
That's a
along
lot.
with
3%
6
of
other
that.
fundraising initiatives,
That's a lot.
including the Love Myself merchandise, where 100% of its proceeds were pledged to the cause. The Love Yourself series, which contained 3 albums total, sold over 7 million copies worldwide.
That's a lot.
On September 24th,
That's like diamond. That's not platinum, that's a diamond already. Diamond album. That's a lot. 7 million for 3 albums. 7 million copies.
7 million copies worldwide. On September 24, 2018, BTS was invited to deliver a speech about the Love Myself campaign at the United Nations General Assembly. On January 15, 2020, Formula E announced their partnership with BTS to help combat climate change. On June 3rd, 20...
So, this is something new I found out about them. So they are just not the most popular boy band on the planet, the most popular artists on this planet, one of the most popular, and just doing the biggest hits in the world, but they are also involved in big matters of the society, like in particular this campaign, Love Myself, and donating a lot of money to charity and just doing big things for society, you know. That's for respect.
2020, BTS tweeted their support for Black Lives Matter. A few days later,
I'll read this. We stand against racial discrimination. We condone violence. You, I, and we all have the right to be respected. We will stand together.
BTS tweeted their support for Black Lives Matter. A few days later, Variety reported that BTS and Big Hit Entertainment had donated $1 million to support the Black Lives Matter movement. When
That's
ARMYs
a lot.
got wind of the news, they matched their $1 million donation
Dude, they're donating more money than the artists who are from USA.
in one day. Now, these are just a couple of their acts of charity. With their socially conscious music, BTS created a new fandom culture that brings together fans from different national and racial charity.
I like that. That's good.
With their socially conscious music, BTS created a new fandom culture that brings together fans from different national and racial identities.
Of course.
This led to the emergence of bilingual ARMY volunteers who translated BTS Korean lyrics and videos in their language almost real time, making the content immediately available to non-Korean speakers. We may all speak different.
Yeah, that's right. Some records I did, like they're singing Korean and there is a translation, literally, on a lot of videos. I know there are like a couple of videos, I can even choose what video of that same song I want to pick to react to. And they all have translations in English or some other language. Yeah, they're really taking that far. And you cannot see some other as well, really popular artists, they have the same thing too, you know. They have their song translated in so many languages. Like, just like that, here we go. I don't see that. That's true.
Different languages, but their music and their message connected people from around the world with
Yes.
different ethnicities, background, gender, and age. BTS has also expressed their love and respect for ARMY countless of times, such as always mentioning them first during speeches, responding to fans on their social media.
Don't be upset. I often don't understand the perfect question because I don't have enough English yet. But I'll try hard because I told you this, right? Simple but tried and true.
App Weavers, showing their appreciation for ARMY projects, halting rehearsals for the Muslim prayers in Saudi Arabia. The youngest member, Jungkook, even got the fandom name tattooed on his hand. Together with ARMY, they grew as individuals and as artists.
저는 굳이 영향력을 주는 거창한 것은 안 원하고 그냥 저희를 보는 분들이 행복하고 웃을 수 있다면 그걸로
팬이란 게 진짜 뭘까 막 이런 생각을 가끔 많이 하거든요. 결국 그 사람들 때문에
Of course,
저희가
they are.
무대에 서는 거라서
Without them, you don't
가진
have anything.
사람들을 위해서 노래를 하고 무대를 하는 거기 때문에 결국
Of course, man. Like every other group or an artist, you know. Of course, they have to put respect on their hard work, you know, their talent, their hard work, putting a lot of effort in the music for every artist. But without the people to listen to it, without fans, that would be like, why they're doing it, for who? You know, without fans, it means nothing. You know, you gotta do it for someone. If there is no people to listen to it, bang.
우리는 그 사람들한테 진짜 감사해야 되고 무대 하나하나에 최선을 다해야 되고
간단하게 얘기해서는 가수를 하고 있는 어떤 제일 중요한 이유인 것 같아요. 저는 뭐 방송 활동도 물론 싫지 않지만 진짜
Of course, you
콘서트는
enjoy that,
제가
right?
이 방탄소년단을 하고 있는 이유가 맞는 것 같아요.
Of course, well, of course. If that's not the reason, then I don't know what is. Look at this big ass stadium. I never see as one big as this one.
참 다행히도 내가 원래 하고 싶었던 이 메시지 하고 싶었던 음악들을 하고 있어서 참 다행이라고 생각을 해요. 그러기 때문에 되게 이 메시지
As I could notice from them talking about life, about their music, they say it so simple in sentences, and yet it makes like real truth. So simple and true.
참 다행히도 내가 원래 하고 싶었던 이 메시지 하고 싶었던 음악들을 하고 있어서 참 다행이라고 생각을 해요.
Of course.
그러기 때문에 되게
Of course, you make a song because you want to send a message. You know, that's right.
그렇게 살고 있는 것 같아요. 긍정적인 에너지를 줘서 일단 이 일을 좋아하는 거, 이 일을 사랑하고 너무 좋아하는 게 저에게 큰 영향을 주는 것 같아요. 왜냐면 이 일을 하기 싫고 실증이 나고 하면은 무대 위에서도 나타나기 때문에 이
Yeah,
일을
it would.
굉장히 사랑하기 때문에 내가 무대 위에서 퍼포먼스를 할 수 있고 노래를 할 수 있는 것 같아요.
계속 와서 응원해주는 모습 그리고 그렇게 저희를 진심으로 좋아해주는 그런 표정들 힘들 때 그런 표정들이 저에게 더 힘을 주는 것 같아서
저희를 알아봐 주신 여러분들이라면 여러분의 꿈이 아니더라도 여러분의 삶을 알아봐 주신 여러분들이라면 여러분의 꿈이 아니더라도 여러분의 삶, 여러분의 인생에 언젠가 저희의 존재가, 저희의 음악이, 저희의 무대가, 저희의 사진, 영상이 여러분한테 아주 조금이라도 아픔이 100이라면 그 100을 99, 98, 97로 만들어줄 수 있다면 그걸로 저희의 존재의 가치는 충분합니다. 정말 사랑합니다.
Their love for ARMY has also helped them decide on re-signing.
I mean, I don't want to explain I'm just watching for myself so I can find out. I don't wanna like explain and give my thought on every single thing I see in this video. You know, I understood. He basically said, if our music can help to you just a little bit like this, then our purpose and our existence is made. We are here then. Now just say a little bit like, if you are 100% in pain and hurt, and we can bring that less just to 99, then our purpose is made, of course. He said that very well.
Another 7-year contract.
He said it very motivationally.
With Big Hit Entertainment. They mentioned doing it for their fans and not for money. So while people often discredit BTS,
Yeah, of course. Maybe at the beginning, everyone, you do it for money. Maybe at the beginning, I'm not saying they are, but maybe some artists at the beginning they do it for money, but afterwards, when you already got the money and fame, you already have everything. Whether it's 5, 10, 100 million, you already have everything. So you continue to do it because you love to do it. You know, you made money and it's not for you.
BTS's talent, likening their popularity to superficial aspects that come with the image of a boy band. It is their development of personalities and sincerity towards their art and their fans that made their fandom the size and reach that it has become. I hope people will come to realize that BTS is more than just their singing and their dancing skills. They're not just performers, but artists who have healed and inspired millions of people around the world.
Yeah, and that's what Shed right now showed me in this 15-minute video. Just what she said in these 2 seconds right now. That was what I was watching the whole time. Just for the end, she just described the whole thing.
A deeper dive into BTS, please refer to these websites, apps, and ARMY accounts to stay updated. We're also working on more video projects and a website, so stay tuned.
Who is this? Okay. Let me see. Who is that? I know who is this YouTube channel. Probably somebody who is working only on BTS videos or something. I don't know. But that was a good presentation. I don't know who is holding this YouTube channel, but he or she made a good presentation. It put a good perspective for me so I can learn and see. Very simply made, and yet you can take a lot from it and learn. So basically, what I saw in this video, besides them being the hugest, biggest boy band on the planet, selling a lot of records, making biggest stadium concerts, you know, being like they said, the Beatles of the 21st century. It's not just that, but they did a lot for society too, as for donating, you know, to charity, supporting a lot of like Black Lives Matters, a lot of different genders, everything that there is society that put their time in it to prevent that shit. Also donating a lot of money and just being positive and inspiring the people all around the world, from teenagers to adults to 70-year-old plus people, man, to all kind of different genders. Doesn't matter if you're gay or transgender, anything, doesn't matter. Basically, they inspired all kinds of different people around the world. So that is a great thing. And as big as they are, then the biggest one in the world, and using the biggest platform they have in the world to do all these things, it's crazy. Like they're doing, I'm not a religious person, but if I was religious, I would say like they're doing God's work. Okay. That was a very inspiring video. You guys leave in the comments what do you think about this video. You have some more recommendations. Of course, I saw in the question like there is a part 2. I think it's called the Bangtan or something. I'm not sure. And some of the left recommendations from Nobodies to Legends. And in the video that was showed in the middle of the video, like the struggles of BTS, we're gonna get to that too. And of course, we're gonna continue with the music. Where that takes me, I don't know, man. We're gonna finish the video right now. Before we do that, if you want to support the channel, check the description box down below. And also don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell, man. See ya. Stay fly.